right. Well, first I want to say it's really great to see such a really nice turnout to this event. So welcome everybody. My name is Dr. Jennifer Ellis, and I'm an associate professor at the University of Guelph. And actually, my area of research is animal systems modeling. So we do a lot of modeling. So you might be asking yourself already, why is she hosting this? And I'll tell that story in a slide or two. But essentially, I think you've seen our program for today. The theme of this event today is really that GRIP, or getting research into practice, is a team sport, right? And so I think we've got a really nice lineup of speakers from kind of all of those different team members. And I think it will lead to a really great discussion, kind of seeing this collective goal of getting research into practice from many different angles. So we've got people from Malpass, from nutrition companies, from research perspective, commodity groups and producers. And we'll have a really nice panel discussion after lunch, kind of on really dairy focused, but how people have come together to accomplish getting research into practice from kind of an example of the dairy industry. So I think we have a really nice lineup there. Just to tell you a little bit about where this symposium series has come from, and also how my involvement came to be in this. Actually, my involvement came because Elora, a number of years ago, initiated the early career mentorship program for faculty. And I was in the first cohort of early career faculty that joined this mentorship program. And through that, got connected with Mike McMorris and Jean Howden. And we saw opportunity to kind of, work at expanding and enriching that mentorship program, but also developing additional content to help early career researchers. So after that experience in the mentorship program, we got some after KTT plan funding for a project that we called 360 Degrees KTT. And the objective of this project was really to facilitate knowledge transfer between industry and academia in particular for the early career researchers. And we had three kind of sub-objectives in that. One was to work towards expanding that mentorship program. The second was to facilitate knowledge transfer via the development of digital content. And so this was also in the era of COVID. So interviewing researchers who've been successful at GRIP and interviewing producers, essentially to get their information and perspective on pinch points and challenges and where they would like to see innovation developing. And the third piece of this was actually running these events, the GRIP Roundtable. So this is actually the third year in a row that we've run one of these events to essentially get all you people together to talk about what's working and what's not working, and hopefully to force some new collaborations as well. This is just a bit of a slide. If you're not familiar with the Elora Early Career Researcher Mentorship Program, these are some of the outings and programs and sessions in place, really getting people connected to the industry groups, talking about funding and also KTT funding, and looking at different modes of success. So I think it was a really great program, so I encourage anybody who's interested in it, reach out to Elora. They also started the Elora Early Career Researcher Award to essentially serve as seed funding for early career researchers to start innovative programs that are fostering collaborations and cross-disciplinary approaches to solving problems. These slides can be available afterwards too as well. But in terms of some of the digital content that we developed, we did a 10-episode podcast series, which is available on the Elora website, also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And we interviewed 10 researchers across industry and academia, really on their experiences being successful in research and getting their research applied in practice. For the producer interviews, there's 24 episode series. It's on the Elora website. It's also on the Elora YouTube channel as well. So I believe we got essentially all sectors or commodity groups in across dairy, beef, swine, layers, etc. And so there's a really nice series of discussions with producers there about pinch points, their ideas for innovation, etc. So those links are there as well. And I think it's a nice resource for researchers, but also great potential for teaching resource as well. The Group Symposium, so as I said, this is the third time that we've run this. These are some of the speaker lineups that we had in 2022 and 2023. One of the big outcomes from 2022 was, this idea that actually most researchers are not trained in communications or in KTT, but this is a part of our job, right? And so in 2023, we actually brought in the Alan Alda Center for Communicating Science for a workshop in the afternoon. Not sure who here might have been there for that, but this was a really nice afternoon activity for all of us. So that project ended, and of course we were looking for what next. So this current GRIP symposium is actually funded by the Food from Thought program at the University of Guelph. So we've got funding essentially to host some events and do some activities over the next year across 2024 and 2025. And our goal in this was really to help facilitate knowledge transfer between researchers and different industry groups. And so our goals are really to continue hosting this event, right? To get everybody together, talking about this, developing innovative ideas. We ran with this idea of skills development. So in the last GRIP Roundtable, we put all the communication workshop in the afternoon. This year, we're actually teasing it apart into two events. So in the winter, we'll run a KTT skills workshop. This is still getting ironed out, but the idea for this one is really AI as the new partner in GRIP. So how can we use new technology to help us communicate science better? So stay tuned for more information on that. And then the third point, because this proposal is hosted in the Department of Animal Biosciences, is to really support researchers in the Animal Biosciences Department with knowledge mobilization. So we've got a great grad student on the project, Kristen Lutz, who's helping us writing popular science articles and doing researcher interviews and researcher profiles and things like this to try to talk more really about what we're doing. So I think that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to pass it off to Kelly in a minute, but thank you guys very much for being here. It's great to see a nice full room. Feel free to use the digital content that we've developed as a result of these projects. And if you've got great GRIP ideas through the course of today, there's papers on the table there. And just jot it down. Jean, at the end of the day, is going to kind of circle back around to a discussion on kind of what next. But if you hear something, like this is a great idea,